Hey, welcome back to the Vinyl Village Garage. This Friday's video isn't going to be exactly what I was hoping for, but I was going to do the little dog leg here. I got the chrome trim out. I was going to test fit it, see how bad it was, because I was warned by several people it is going to be awful. It's not. I don't have to do anything to it. So my video plans have been thrown out to the wind, so I guess I want to do a little something here for you. Get you up to speed with some behind the scenes things I've done there, and maybe let's peel this quarter panel off and look at the backside of that repair and see what it looks like, because we have the advantage of being able to remove this. But let me show you about this little thing right here, then we'll go from there. What I originally planned on doing a video on was I was told this corner is really bad, especially when you go to install the trim. Well, guess what? I grabbed the piece of trim, laid it here in place, and it actually lines up pretty daggum good. I was expecting and anticipating to have to rework this radius. Remember I beat the tar out of that thing with the hammer? It really didn't come out too bad. So I even tried this upper piece here where the radius is, where I've got that all hacked up, and if I actually get it positioned in the right spot, it's actually not bad either. So I was going to do a video on cutting and modifying this. Now it's still very important because other people have had trouble, so maybe different brands of quarter panels, this is an issue. And I've seen it before. So as with anything, test fit all your parts, because you don't want to get this thing all painted and done and kind of find you got a 1/4 inch gap in your trim. It looks like this, you know, like hanging out, it doesn't even fit in the corner. That would just look awful, all that work you did. So that was my plan for today. That's kind of gone to the wayside. What I've done here in the meantime, this is the trunk gutter, or the trunk section that was on this quarter panel. I didn't like the shape of it, didn't like the depth of it, didn't like anything about it. So I recycled the original ones on that quarter panel, plus I get the cool number back into it. I'm going to actually stitch weld it along the whole thing here when I'm ready to put it on. So right now the quarter panel is just laying on top here. I was doing some test fitting, but I got this all cleaned up and actually a nice spot welded, nice little seam in here again. Got this here shut up, got this thing all sandblasted. It was pitted, but it cleaned up pretty nice. So I think we're gonna be okay there. Now I'm gonna find a way to spot blast this in here inside my garage without making a mess everywhere. But different day, different video, I don't know, but I gotta do something with that. But nonetheless, this is actually now welded in a lot better than what I had before. I would say more gooder, right? I don't have that weird gap. I have a bunch of brazing stuff. So this lines up real nice. It has the little step in the gutter like the original here now. So it has that little, the overlap, so that looks correct and everything. So that being said, my quarter panel fits there, it fits here, it fits there, it fits on the tail panel. My trunk gap is good, it fits around the wheel well. So really what I need to do is just peel this thing back off and get all the prep work behind that, and then we can do the final install. But I want to take this off and see what's behind there. Now basically I just got a couple of screws holding this quarter panel. I'm gonna bust those out of there. I'm gonna peel this thing off. We can take a peek what's happening there behind it. Oh yeah, strike it. I guess I get loose too. That's the advantage of not putting your tools away. That socket was still on the floor. Oh yeah, I still need to cut the hole there for the door vent. Okay, that should do it, I hope. Oh, no, my screws. Now, let her rip. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. All right. That's not so ugly, but I'll let you see that and let you make an opinion. Now what is going on here? Remember the previous video, I sliced this apart and welded it together. It doesn't look too bad. I got little wire strands poking through there. It's not too bad, all things considered. But what I'll do now is with this panel off, I can dress these welds similar to the front side. And then what we'll do is put a little primer on that. That'll help keep that from corroding, because the problem was when you got that all on the car, you can actually see some of the welding burns. You can't get in here to paint it because this is going to shield it from painting it. So that was kind of like, oh, I'll go ahead and do this now while I can. That was the idea. And even that rear section that I sectioned in we can do the same thing. I'll clean up the welds here on the inside and put some primer on that. That should work out pretty good. And look, I done put my hole in there too. That worked out pretty good. So really, what's up next? I'm gonna do some patching on this here, get this thing all the rest of the way stripped down. But it's looking pretty good. This metal is in really nice shape for this car this old. I mean, definitely shows signs of a California car. The only problem really having it is collision damage, not rust, but collision. So nonetheless, I'll get this all cleaned up. I'm gonna rust converter primer, get this buzzed up and cleaned up. I'm not necessarily gonna do a video on that, but I just want to do at least something here for you Friday. Appreciate you following me on the journey of the Judge, or whatever name we decided to go with. But I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up and then work on, maybe the next video is actually final install on our quarter panel. Now, unfortunately, I ran out of time. I had set enough time aside to patch up that dog leg, but it wasn't bad. What's going on is I've got a little more further on that house I was going to purchase with the property, which means I can build a garage, and we don't have to work in this little Final Village garage. As much fun as it has been, and proving to you it can be done, I outgrowed it. I like to have a little more space, because look at this car. It is packed full of parts. It's not the best way to do it, but I got nowhere else to put this stuff. Middle of winter, I can't put this stuff outside. It'll get damaged or even stolen, which is worse. So, anyway, I know this won't be the most exciting video. I'll work on getting some of this stuff ready for paint, or prepped up and painted. And the next video will be installing this quarter panel. I think the VVG with it, which is a little different, but I like leaving a lot of those little details, like that stamped number in the trunk jam. Got it all dialed back in. Looking pretty good. I'll even cut the hole there for the vent in the door jamb. Still got to do that, but again, I don't necessarily feel that's video worthy. So nonetheless, sorry if this isn't the most entertaining video. You get to see a little something behind the scenes, you could say, so to speak. But whenever I can get my butt back out here doing this stuff here, I will definitely grab the camera, and I hope to see you all then.